Do you live and breathe the beautiful game? Dream about the biggest soccer moments?
Or maybe you just want to hear some unfiltered takes from real fans like you.
Welcome to Football Unfiltered, where the passion for soccer knows no boundaries.
Meet your panel, Carl Phillip, JD, Yanel, and Coach. From the world's biggest matches to those unforgettable moments that made us fall in love with and the rising stars shaping soccer's future, you'll find it all here. Join us every week for Football Unfiltered, the bilingual soccer podcast that speaks your language, your passion, and your love for the game. Football Unfiltered, where soccer's heart beats louder.
All right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Football Unfiltered. I'm your host, Carl Phillip. This is a special edition tonight because we have a special guest. Before I get to my special guest, I want to welcome Alex. Alex, how are you, buddy?
I'm good.
All right, now to our special guest. So tonight I have Dave Bennett. He's the general manager for 1927 Sports Club in Fort Wayne, Indiana. How are you, Dave?
I'm great, Carl. Alex, nice to meet you, young man. Great, Carl. Thanks for having me on.
It's a pleasure to have you on tonight. So before I get into have Dave talk about himself, I've known Dave for over 20 years. So since I came to Fort Wayne, when I started playing soccer, so I was playing for a club called Excalibur in Fort Wayne, and Dave was for Sports Club. So Dave and I, we were rivals for a long time. So every year it was a battle between Excalibur and Sports Club until we got to over 30, and then we got to play together in the same team. So it was fun. So I've known Dave for a long time, and he's been a great pillar for soccer in Fort Wayne. So Dave, let's talk about you a little bit. So can you tell us about you? How did you get into soccer? When was the love of soccer started? When the love of soccer started?
You know, I didn't know about it as a kid. I'm a bit older than you, Carl. When I got out of high school, my friends, Garth and Joel Walt came from Africa and in high school with me, and they kind of got me into soccer that summer of my senior year. I played my uncle's team back in the old Scassel, and I just kind of start from there. I didn't have like a lot of formal training. I learned a lot. I played goalkeeper. I ended up playing goalkeeper pretty quickly. Learned a lot from just watching guys like on the Flames, Orphy and Warren Lipka, and just studying some things and just kind of did it, and I kept on with it. It led me eventually to the Fort Wayne Sport Club in my early 30s, and it's kind of the rest is history, as they say, I guess. So here we are.
So, Alex, you want to add anything?
No.
So, Dave, this is a great introduction. Now you're the general manager of 1927 Sports Club. Can you tell us a little bit about the club, when the club started, and everything that goes with the club?
Yeah, so these numbers right here are very, very significant and significant here in Fort Wayne to our club. That's the year of our founding of our club. We in 2 years we'll be 100 years old, which is, a heck of an achievement, I think. There's not a whole lot of clubs in the country that have survived for 100 years. So we're one of the few. The club was founded from German immigrants playing in those industrial leagues, soccer and industrial leagues here in Fort Wayne. They kind of got together and say, let's get together and be a German social club, soccer club, and they started building out there on Ardmore Road way back in 1927 or thereabouts. So. Back in the 50s and 60s, they were tough back then in those leagues, and traveling around, and the Dietrich boys came over then, and really had some great teams back then through the 70s, and in the 80s, and we started coming along, and things times changed a lot, and things are different. So here we are today, doing this this regional league deal thing, and in the Midwest Premier League, and loving it. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, the sports club facility, it's a great facility. And Alex, I can't wait for you to come to Fort Wayne so I can take you to that facility. It started like when I first started going there, it was like 2 fields. Now they grew a lot, and they have multiple fields. And now my kids are playing soccer now at the youth level, and it's so fun to go there and when I used to play, now taking them there, it's so fun. I remember my best memory in sports club is to play Thursday night under the lights. So
Yep, I was going to say the same thing.
that was the best time when we have the Thursday night under the lights, especially in the fall when it's when it's nice and cool in the fall. That was the best time. So kudos to the club. I know
until the bugs came out.
Yeah, until the bugs.
Oh man,
yeah, you're right. Yeah, kudos to the club. There's a lot of great players that play at the club. So before we start talking about a little bit about the mission of 1927, one fan asked me if we could ask you who was the best player that you play with back in the days.
Jeez. I played with some really good players. I mean, I really have. I've been fortunate too, as a guy that I didn't, play in high college or whatever. But man, there's this forward I played with back on with Igor Estrada's team. We were called International Club at the time. This is before my sport club days. This tall 6'3", 4" kid from Haiti. Fast as crap, big, strong guy, scored a goal. I think his name is Mark. Mark Leaks. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Mark Leaks. Yeah. He moved away a long time ago. I don't know what happened to him. I haven't talked to him for a long time, but man, he was dynamite.
Yeah. Oh, man. You got somebody talking about Mark Leaks. Yep. That's great, man. Actually, Mark was the one that got me into playing soccer in Fort Wayne when I came to Fort Wayne, and he had great things to talk about sports club, and also Dave. Last night when I told him that I was gonna have Dave, in the broadcast, and then he was just like, man.
Yeah,
I had some great time with Dave.
He's a great guy. He's a good guy. I
had some great time with Dave.
Yep.
Playing soccer. You say Dave used to pick me up, and then we used to drive to Minnesota and all in the Midwest to play soccer. So he had some great memories talking about Dave and those days in soccer. That was a long time ago, Alex. That was way before you.
I want to tell you what about that Minnesota trip. We took 11 guys to play the Minnesota Thunder. This is before Sport Club. This is with Igor's International Club team. And Tony Sane was playing for them, and a couple future national teamers. And we got crushed, obviously. But it was in front of a lot of people at that stadium. It was a great experience. I think I stayed at PK in that game. Wow. Yeah, Mark was on that squad. He can tell you some stories about that trip. Crazy. Yeah.
So also one thing I always in my mind. So there was one time, Alex, we had it was a championship game between Excalibur and Sports Club, and we went to PKs, and Garrett, I never missed PKs before, and Dave was the goalie. And there was goalie, and I step in to take my PK, and then Dave made a beautiful save, and we ended up losing the championship, and Sports Club won, and Dave was the one that made the save, and the bad thing is I was the only one that missed. I was the only one that missed, and we.
I don't remember the actual shot or the actual save or anything, but I do remember the actual that I saved a penalty against you for the
I remember that game.
Yeah,
I remember Dave Bennett
Close.
came up big against you, Carl.
I know. I don't usually miss PKs. It doesn't happen. And
I guessed right.
Yeah, you guessed
Bennett
right.
was automatic, and I was supposed to go last. I was going to go after Carl, and I was going to bury it on you, Dave. But Carl got blocked, and that was the end of the game.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, that
Nice.
was bad. That was
Make
bad.
me want to play again.
It was a great game. And I
It was a good
remember that game like it was yesterday. It was a great game, went to overtime.
Mm.
And then when I look at the game, that was the best game that I played. I know that was the best game that I played. And sometimes soccer can be cruel. And then
you guys had some good teams back then. Young college kids and some older guys, athletic, great battles with caliber. I mean, those are the games that you wanted to go out and play every weekend.
Oh
those kind of games. So, what's up, Los?
The good old days. What's up, man?
Yes,
How you
sir.
doing, brother?
I'm doing all right, man. Doing all right. This make me want to go out and play again.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Reunion.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I'm all broken up, man. I can't do it.
So, Dave, let's talk about why 1927. So you had a game yesterday. So you started your season, and you had a tough game yesterday. You won 1-0.
Yeah.
And I was watching you guys also try to keep in touch with what's going to happen, from far. But you had a 1-0 game, so I bet that was a good game. So now talk about the 1927 project. Why make it a unique project in Fort Wayne?
Well, we kind of have a dual mission on the team. As obviously we need to and have to be and want to be competitive. We want to win, right? But we're also here to serve the local player and help them continue their development after the 18-year-old age when they get out of their youth teams. They're playing college ball. They're trying to get into playing college ball. They're entering college, or after college. They're going to move up the USL ranks or where it may be, and be that stepping stone, if you will. Nick Potter is our coach, and I think he's the best, one of the best at least trainers, coaches in the area and wherever. He is fantastic with these kids. He demands a lot of them, and he gets a lot out of them. And we played no favorites. And this was for Alex. This is something for you to hear. We play no favorites. If the next guy is better than you, he's gonna play, and you're not. You have to beat him out, and that's only the benefit of the player, right? So, but we want these kids to come play with us. We have some other aspirations with the development of our program next year. So, yeah, so we're there. There's sort of the local player helping them to develop, but also if we're not winning, we want to play for a losing team, right? So we developed a winning culture within our team. We think works and serve both those purposes.
Good. I think this is a nice segue for the next topic that we want to talk about, which is you kind of touch base on that, which is player development. So how are you using the local talent? You kind of mentioned that, kids that after high school, the club wanted to create that, that environment for those kids to keep playing. And also, not every kid's gonna be playing, college level. So, but the club needs players, right? So, what's your approach to the youth and the local talent to kind of develop the next level of players?
Yeah, I mean, well, like I said, we're trying to put them in the environment to develop their game, them as men, young men also, and through competition. And at every practice we have, it's you're trying to earn a spot, which is what if your aspirations are the professional level, that's what you're going to get out there, right? So these guys are out there competing hard every night in training, and our scouting is also more along the lines of our relationships with the local college coaches and local clubs. We're sport club 9th to 2017, right? However, we're not just taking kids from our own club. Okay, we want kids from anywhere, from United, from Rangers, from wherever. If you want to come challenge yourself and be part of this, okay, and grow your game with the men, which is important. I'll get that in a minute. We're here for you, okay, and we're gonna have some more opportunities going forward, beginning next year for more kids. I'm not ready to discuss that in depth yet, but yeah. So anyways, we have a young man, 17 years old, with us, and I jumped from MLS Next program to a men's team. MLS Next, great competitive program, right? To a men's team and guys playing college soccer or have played college soccer, right? Is quite it's difficult. And you guys know it's a whole different challenge for him. So it's mentally, physically, the whole thing. So we're hoping to help him through that because his upside is huge. So we hope he can take this and we want guys to move on. Their success is our success. So that's it really is. And these young guys, if they're sticking around, great. We love to have them. We want to keep people here in Fort Wayne and at the Fort Wayne Sport Club and become future members when they become men. But in their soccer careers, we'd love to see them move up, see them go on. Gabe Greenfield, for instance, use this as a bit of a platform to get sign pro with Milwaukee Wave, playing summer now with a Torrent up there. So there's a success story for us. All right, so.
That's good. I know we got Coach Carlos here.
Yep.
And also Coach Carlos was part of the rivalry back in the days.
Oh yeah.
So Coach, while you're here, so what are the things you feel like it's very important since we're talking about the player development, especially on a local level in Fort Wayne?
Yeah, I think it's about opportunity. I really, well, Bennett and I have gone back a long time, and I've played alongside of him, and I've played against him, and the one thing, going back years when we used to talk, and this vision that he had with what he wanted to create with that men's team, I think is at least from what I can see from an outside perspective, coming to fruition. And that's a lot of years of his hard work and passion and just dedication to developing this men's team. But I think it's about opportunity, because when we compare the landscape of Fort Wayne soccer, we have really good clubs in this area, and I think that they're continuing to get better. I think that what what Dave offers in 1927 is an opportunity either for young men, I would say, that are in high school that may have some potential to train, but at the very least be able to see that there's a next step. Some of them will go on to college, but when they come home, they'll have an opportunity to play. And as he had mentioned, continue to develop in the off season at a very high level, under his direction and the direction of their coach, not only to prepare for the following season in college, but also for something beyond. And I think that that's something that is really critical for these kids, because these kids have to have aspirations and they have to have dreams. And I think that's something that across the U.S. we tend to not have as much as what you see in Europe and in South America, because in those areas, I mean, kids see their local teams playing every single weekend, and they see the fourth division, the third division, the second division,
Right.
the first division. They see these guys and they can touch these guys, and I think it fuels their dreams, and it fuels their aspirations, and it gives them an opportunity to see that there's something beyond, and it makes their dreams a little bit more realistic. So I applaud Bennett for what he's doing, and again, I mean, I just remember talking with him out at the club years ago, when my boys were still playing, and just talking about the development side and how passionate he was about creating these opportunities. So I'm really good to see it. Really great, really happy to see it, Bennett.
We had a couple. Was it Alex come out with us for a little bit? One or two. I forget. It's been a little bit. It wasn't too long ago, but yeah, I had them out for a while. And yeah, we're here for that. We are here for the community. And that's what we're here for. Now, I was just thinking when you're talking to those about you're talking about the training aspect and all that. I want to give Nick Potter just as much credit as anybody for what this thing has become. His vision of the culture that we're creating is immense, and we're in sync with that. We got off so 927 as it is now. We kind of renamed the team about 4 or 5 years ago, right? Things are happening, and we just want to differentiate ourselves and modernize. I guess maybe modernize our name while keeping the heritage, the culture, very very alive with the name of the team. So we started out 4 or 5 years ago in the OVPL. Josh Logan, then a very young coach. This is Trine and is playing with us. I was looking for a coach, and he said, "I'll do it." So I said, "Okay, let's go. Let's go." All right. So he started out. He was home that summer. His USL thing didn't work out, so we were fortunate to have him. He did a great job. And then Nick came in a year or two, and then here we go. I just continued on developing this thing, and there's a lot of people in the background, as you will, just like what the sport club is. You don't really know who they are, but there's a lot of people working hard back there to make this thing go, and it's been a great journey so far.
Good. So, Alex, you're a young player. Is it any questions that you have for a general manager from a player development standpoint?
Not necessarily.
Oh, Alex is shy tonight, man. All right. So speaking of building a soccer culture, so when I moved to Fort Wayne 25 years ago, almost 26 years ago, I was very impressed. I was like, man, I'm going to Indiana. I don't know what to expect out in Indiana. I don't even know if I'm going to play soccer, if I'm going to keep playing soccer. And I was very impressed how much soccer was big in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Just we kind of mentioned that, you know, back in the days we play in Excalibur and then he's played in sports club. But the one thing I love about Fort Wayne was that fraternity of soccer. It's a fraternity of people that they've been together for a long time, and it's the same people. Like everywhere you go, and the one thing I really love about it is the fact that we all support soccer. Doesn't matter if you go to a high school game or you go to a college games or you go a 1927 game, you always see the same people all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. Like we travel well. So, you know, obviously I got two pillars right now tonight that is part of that building soccer culture in Fort Wayne, and Coach Carlos and Dave Bennett. So I'm going to start with Coach Carlos. How is important, you know, for you as a coach now? So you coach both high school and the club to build that soccer culture in this in Fort Wayne.
It's so important, I think, because because it fuels the passion, right? I think that when we think about historically where 1927 the name came from, it's because we had German immigrants that came over here from an area in Bavaria and or a region in Bavaria, and they and they started this this club, local club in Fort Wayne, to bring the culture that they had in Germany, driven by their community, centered with football, with soccer. And so you know, it was about family, and it was about how family in the community surrounds this beautiful sport. So how important it is, I mean, for me, I think that I grew up in a community. I didn't grow up here in Fort Wayne. I grew up near Chicago. It was an absolute melting pot. A lot of Europeans, a lot of South Americans. My family, personally, my father, my uncles, my cousins. I mean, we all played. We all played from a very, very young age. We were watching our fathers play. You know, Sundays. It was about church. It was about food, and it was about family, and it was about football. I mean, that was it. And I believe that culture that I grew up in is the fuel that I have today, that keeps me doing what I'm doing, and I love what I'm doing. So I believe again that the project that Bennett has been building for many years, and in 1927, and being able to have that bridge, and even more so, you know, that bridge to the next level, like with Fort Wayne FC and so forth and so on. Mm-hmm. I believe that this is only going to encourage our younger players, the players that, you know, I have a lot of contact with every single day in the club that I coach for. You know, both in outdoor soccer and in futsal, and I see it only getting stronger. And so for me, I think that culture or the passion drives that culture, and I applaud, you know, all of those that have been able to contribute to that for so many years.
You're out there coaching Los years ago, and you've seen that. I mean, you both have talked to and know the Dietrichs and some of those old guys from back in the day. I mean, that is, I'll tell you what, when I got there, God bless Igor for like bringing our team there, you know, at the time, and then I'm still there, and Joe Dietrich is probably reason number one why I'm there. His passion, and he just you know, just him, I was like, okay, I'm in. I love this place. I love this. I love these people. So that's a sport club, you know, and things have changed a lot over the years. I've kind of got to see the cultural shift a bit also, with the younger generation and how it is. But back in 1927, like you say, the sport club was formed not just for soccer, to play soccer together. It was a social club. I mean, first and foremost, really, those are all social clubs, right? And they also played some damn good soccer. And the stories of the dances they had, and cars lined up down Armour Road, whatever, parked way down there, and I can only imagine, guys lined up five deep at the bar. I mean, those are great stories, and that we don't see that stuff anymore because times are way different. But that's the culture that we have out there, and we love it. It is infectious, and those guys are leaving us, and it's going to be a sad day. So, it's a sad day.
Good. We know how important it is to keep building that. So keep building that culture, man. This is great. Keep building that culture. So, so Dave, as a general manager, so what's your day-to-day activity look like? When it comes to building this club and put this club together.
I hope my boss at work is not watching this. I'm sure he's not, but it's daily. There's always to do every day with this team, and it's a lot more than I ever thought. I learn about things that I've done, from things I've done wrong every day, right? So from the social media, which I'm not great at, I've got people to do that for me. And the video, all that social media type stuff, that's so huge now. The just getting gear together, and finding money, finding sponsors. This doesn't happen for just out of clear to the sky, that everybody knows, and it takes quite a bit of money to run just a summer team like we're doing. It takes a bit of money to do that, and that's a challenge every year, and someone has to go out and do it. And so scheduling, league stuff, player registrations, you name it. You name it. If you guys run a team, times 10, right? So travel, and so it's a lot. I love it. It is a grind. It is a grind. So, but to get to where we're going to go, it takes more hard work. We want to keep growing this program and making it better on the field and off the field as well, making our live streams work properly, making just every social media better, just the whole the game day experience better. So it's the whole thing. Just we want to improve every year in every facet of it.
Good. So, Dave, we have a question from one of our fans. Actually,
okay.
He's usually part of the show. So he has a question. It says, soccer has the power to bring people together from all backgrounds. What specific steps is this program is taking or planning to take to reach kids in inner city neighborhoods and help them see soccer as a fun, accessible, and valuable opportunity?
Yeah. So 1997 itself, the men's team hasn't really done that. Where I think the youth club has done that in the past. I know. So we are not the youth teams. We're not looking for the young player ourselves. We're looking for the young adult, the adult player. Okay, so those and we're open book. You can get a hold of us through our social media, Instagram or Facebook, and I tend to try out when that's happening, and I'll get you information on those when they happen. I'll get you on a list. But we welcome anybody that plays at a high competitive level to come have a go with us, and we don't care where you're from. We really don't. We've got guys on our team, so we get a lot of guys from the 5 colleges in the area. We got obviously Huntington, and I'll get back to Huntington, why they're so important in a minute. St. Francis, no one currently, Tech, PFW, Trine, and also Indiana Wesleyan. So we have guys. We have guys from Africa, Japan, England, South America, American guys, all over the world on the team, and all congealing together to make a great team and a great culture in there. A lot of fun. So, and that's the sport club also. I mean, it's sport club. I think last time we had 132 nations represented out there at the sport club. So, So we're not doing anything specific on the adult side to the inner city. The youth has in the past. I'm not sure what they're doing right now though. Okay, but yeah, come look us up. We'd love to have them.
Yeah, that's why we try to recruit Alex, man. He's over here. He's being quiet. He's not talking.
Yeah.
Hey, we need to get him to Fort Wayne so he can watch 1927 Sports Club play. So he can be like, hey, you know what? Going forward, I'm going to spend all my summer in Fort Wayne. Right?
Get up here. Hopefully, get a back-to-back. Get a 27 game in one day, and a 4 game in the next day. Right?
Yep. So, so Dave, I know you kind of talk about. So obviously, what's you kind of talk about on your daily thing, try to get sponsor, try to do everything to keep growing the club. So where do you see the club in 5 years?
The club, the team, the club. Yeah. Okay. People have asked me, hey Dave, why don't you guys won the OVPL your first year? You won your conference. You won MWPL the first year, and you were a goal away last year from making the final. Why don't you guys move up to UPSL or MPSL? I'm like, listen, we are right where we need to be in this league. This league is getting better every year, and this year I think we're going to see that. I don't think we're not going to go 10-0 if our lost our first game, but it's going to be a competitive conference. We're seeing it over in the Heartland Conference. I saw Adria got tied by another team, Green Bay Glory, so things are kind of just getting more competitive out there at this level all over the place. And that's what we wanted. And it's cost effective for us. The NPSL and the USL too are very costly, as you can well imagine. So that's not a sport club, not where we want to go. We're right where we need to be. We can help the community better here in this league with our young players here. We think than in one of those leagues. Okay, so and be responsible with our money as well.
Yes, definitely. So what's your goal for this season? What you want to?
Oh, win it. I mean, that's the goal every year.
Yeah.
Win it. I mean, we've had success. We're a little bit spoiled by it recently. Last year, man, last year was tough. We lost to Northern Indiana, who went USL this year, USL2 this year. Very good team. We lost them 2-1 at our place, like in our second game of the season. And then we had them at their place on the last game of the season. We had to win by a goal, and it went 0-0. German hit we had a young man named German playing for us. Okay, great little player from Elkhart area. Hit the crossbar in the 75th minute on a free kick. And but man, we're that far away from going through the final, but not to be. So this year, we're looking to go 9-0 with the rest of the season. So, and do that again. And that's what we're all about. So win, baby, win first, and develop these kids along the way with you as they feed on that winning culture and what it takes to be part of that. Okay, so
Good. Guys, you guys got any questions before we move on to the next one?
I actually have one. Have you guys, Dave, have you guys done, or do you guys have any kind of a relationship with Fort Wayne FC? I know that you said that you guys are exactly where you guys need to be, but in terms of development, for these players, well, I mean, they have an opportunity right here in Fort Wayne if players wanted to
right.
make that next step. Do you guys currently have any kind of a relationship with them?
Yeah, I mean, there's some communication going back and forth there. Not a lot, but there's some, and they're very aware of what's going on over here and who's over here. They're obviously taking a step up next year to that professional, pure professional level. So that makes things a little bit different, and I'm not sure where they're going with all that underneath them as well. So, but we're here. They know that we're here for them. Okay, and we want to help build soccer in this community. We want Fort Wayne to be feared throughout the country, throughout the region for its soccer, and they're doing a great job over there. I wish them nothing but the best. I hope they win their conference and win the championship and all that. We hope that'd be great. That's great for Fort Wayne. Okay, and I know they feel the same way right back at us. So our success, Fort Wayne is blessed to have, I think, two teams that are competitive like we are. It's great for it. Okay, so providing opportunities for all kinds of players.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
Well, the reason I asked that is because I feel like being in this community now for as long as I have and coaching at multiple levels, I feel like that. We were talking about a soccer culture. I think that there's more success in developing that culture and the community through collaboration.
Yeah.
And I think that that's important, and it's something that that we can learn from,
Right.
especially at the grassroots level, at the youth levels. I think that's essential. And having two solid programs, not including, or I think we have still a pretty good competitive amateur level as well. I just would love to get to a point where either 1927 or even Fort Wayne FC, we have, just like most professional academies around the world, they have scouts that are out on a Sunday watching amateur play, or they're watching 1927 play, and it just kind of trickles up. And again, going back to what I said before, with creating more opportunity for these kids.
Yeah. As far as SC and us, there's nothing official. It's just loose, it's communications, all that. That's not right. It's communications. But we're not necessarily out scouting, because it's just we're a very, very small. It's basically Nick and I, right? And but we do rely a lot on our relationships out there. Like Carlos, yourself, Lee, all the college coaches that we have relations with, Eddie, just you name it. We've built relationships, and guys know who we are, and if they have a guy that they think would benefit and can come play with us, they'll give us name, or they'll have them contact us, and that's part of how we're going and finding guys. it is difficult because not a lot of guys, especially the adults, out of college guys, they don't want to necessarily that summer grind, right? So that is a difficulty because it is a grind. I mean, we're trained twice a week. It's not 5 days a week. We're trained twice a week, and then you have game day, and it's if you have any type of family, it's difficult for some of those older guys, and a few of them make it work. Not a lot of them, but we welcome all. We welcome all that want to and can. Okay, so we're like I said, next year we have some things we're working on. So hopefully bring even more opportunities to these young guys as well. So
that's good. We got another question from Alain Leveille. He said, aside from winning games, what are some key benchmarks you plan to focus on to measure the success of the program in 2025, 2026?
Yeah, so I mean, I think like I mentioned before, with we're not going to take 100% credit for Gabe, but I mean, guys like Gabe, who had a really good season with us. I think, and his buddy Breno was up there in Milwaukee and got him to try it up there and all that, and he capitalized on it, right? We want to, we want guys to move on, okay, and that's and be successful in college, okay, and if we can help them in any way improve over these 3 months over the summertime, maybe something clicks for them, okay, clicks whatever. That's success for us, okay. Helping guys get better, okay, and help their programs. So if they have a great season at their college, whatever, and it was helped by us in the summer, that's great. That's great. That's what we're here for, Alan. We're here to help the player, and winning. But winning is part of that. Okay, winning is a huge thing. We know that, like I think I said early on this, if you don't win, it's hard to recruit, right? So that's a challenge. You want to keep winning. It's a lot more fun that way, also.
So, kind of go to the next question. So you say win a lot. Are you a Waiters fan? You say win, baby, win. Al Davis, is Al Davis you're inspired to be a general manager? Because I hear a lot of win, baby, win.
Yeah. Hey, I mean it's a winning culture. That's part of what we promote. So yeah. So we're not doing a losing culture. That's for sure.
I get it. So I think one thing I like to ask. So let's say that we have young general manager, or we have a first year general manager that maybe in Florida where Alex is, or anywhere, right? That would like to do what you're doing today. What kind of advice would you give a general manager that want to put a team together, especially in that level?
Find yourself some really good people to work with you in different areas, and the marketing and the social media, administratively. Don't try to do it all on your own. Make sure you're funded properly. Make sure you're funded properly. There's nothing worse than trying to run a team on a shoestring. That's tough. It's tough, and be prepared to work a lot of hours, doing it. So but also you're gonna have a lot of fun. You're gonna have a heck of a lot of fun doing it, and it's you can find a whole new family doing it.
Yeah, that's a lot of fans, right? They always see the final product, right? They see the shining object. They see the team playing really well, but they don't see everything that's happening in behind the scenes.
No.
So I'm glad that you say that. Hey, be ready to put the time in, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Same thing with players. Everybody wants to watch highlights, right? But nobody
I know,
wants
right?
to put the work in. Nobody wants to put the work in. Yeah.
YouTube, you get a 10-minute deal on the game. It's like, but I watch the whole game, right? So, yeah.
Yeah, because I have the same problem. So one thing I realize now, everybody, especially the new generation, I'm talking to guys like Alex, right? They have like a short span, right? Of attention is very short. So everybody now wants to watch highlights, and you realize that they don't know how to watch films.
No.
I remember when I was my son's age, who was playing now, Mateo. When I was his age, I was watching full soccer games. Like, I was sitting in front of the TV every Sunday because at that time it was the Italian league we were watching back home. So I was watching Maradona a full. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
every Sunday, just watching soccer, and I could watch the entire game. Now, kids, they don't want to watch the games; they want to watch
No.
highlights. And you see it in the games because
You do.
it's hard for them to kind of improvise because they don't see it themselves. So now they expect coaches to tell them, "Hey, this is what I want you to do," and then so they can execute. I mean, do you see that a lot, Coach Carlos, and your kids now, especially you coaching in a high school level? Think about when you try to do film session. Tell me how that goes.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little challenging sometimes, because this new generation is a little bit, yeah, it is a little bit different than I think the way that we grew up. They they want, instant gratification. They want to be able to feel and see the goals and see the highlights and see the skills from these players. It's funny because for me, when I watch highlights or things like that, if let's say if I miss a match from Argentina or FC Barcelona, like I I feel if I go and watch just the highlights, I have this feeling of like I'm unfulfilled. Like I need to watch the entire match. I need to be able to see from the beginning to the end, because for me, again, yeah, I still enjoy it as a fan, but also, I there's a lot of analysis, and I'm able to see momentum shifts throughout the course of the match,
Mhm.
and just um, well, just to be able to follow the match and follow the players and see the emotions, and for me that's the complete experience. So yeah, whenever we do film sessions, sometimes it's a little bit difficult because you have their attention for a little bit, and then all of a sudden, they're kind of, you can tell that they're getting a little bit um,
You can't see the tactical stuff with those highlights at all.
exactly. So they get uninterested pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So
Right. Yeah.
yeah.
So, Alex, do you agree with that statement? Because we're
Yeah.
talking about your generation.
So I think my generation nowadays, it depends because most of the times, I mean, if we miss a game, we'll watch the highlights, but if the game is live, we'll watch the game live. I feel it's not, if you think about it, it's not about like her attention span. You might think that, but it's usually like a lot of times we don't have the time to watch a full game. So we just go watch a quick 10-minute highlights, and I feel like it's more into that. I mean, if the game is live, then we go and watch the full game. But I mean, it's mostly highlights. Like me, for instance, I watch more highlights than the full games. I mean, once in a while I watch a full game if it's two very interesting teams that I really want to watch. I watch the full game. But a lot of times it's the time you have to you have to spend a lot of time to watch an hour and a half of a game. And I think in that perspective, I feel is why we watch more highlights than, watching a full game, getting the analysis on it. I mean, it's just not a lot of people have time for that. I mean, if you really want to study it, you want to watch the film, then you watch the full game. But if you just want to get caught up with what happened, the main shots, the shots missed, the fouls, then you watch a 10-minute highlight. And I feel that's really what it is.
So, Alex, who's your team? Is City your team or
No,
no?
My favorite team is Real Madrid, but
Okay, so
it's not.
So you'll make time to watch them a full game from Madrid, right? Yeah. So you'll make time to watch your team, but highlights of everything else. I get you, man. I get you.
It's funny. I always say that, one thing I love about soccer, right? I know that I got 2 hours. The game's got the last 2 hours. I got 2 hours I'm going to watch. That's it. So, basketball, it can go 4 hours. Football can go 4-6 hours, depending on how many commercial they have. Soccer, that this 2 hours, it's going to be 2 hours, right? So that's why that's what I love about the game of soccer. You can plan your day around it. The game is coming. I got 2 hours that I'm just gonna put aside just so I can watch the game. But Alex, we can go in further talking about the benefit of watching a full game. But today is all about Dave. So Dave, let me ask you a question. So as a general manager, what are the biggest lessons learned that you've seen, that you experienced so far?
It's not as easy as I thought it was going to be. I really just kind of jumped into it. We had some experience back in 2011 with that team with Baza and Trev and Blake and all those guys, right, back in small league like this, which was kind of the precursor for what the NWPL is now. But that was different. Now everything's just more. Everything's more and more and more. Everything's more professional. Even though you're semi-pro amateur, everything has to look professional, and so there's a lot more work to go into making things like that, and the day-to-day of it. Time management is huge. Time management is a huge issue and challenge, I guess, every single day. So those are some of the things that surprised me. But I love every minute of it. I really do. I love every minute of it. People my wife is like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, I don't know. I love it. I just love doing it. So
keeps you young, right?
Yeah, it keeps me young. Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm getting grayer.
Oh yeah. So Dave, for our viewers out there that want to support or follow 1927, so how can they do it? What's you guys have Instagram?
Instagram is at 1927SC, and the Facebook is Fort Wayne Sports Club Men's Soccer. So figure out with Facebook how to rebrand that dang thing. So, Fort Wayne Sports Club Men's Soccer on Facebook, at 1927SC on Instagram. You can find what you need on there. I know contact information for me is on the Facebook for sure. What website? Our website, 927 website is under development. So hopefully next year we'll have that up and rolling. Merch is not something we do a lot with. A little bit. You can get it at the games, basically. Okay, and there's game schedule on both Instagram and Facebook as well. So
good. Maybe we need to get some merch for Alex and send it to Florida.
Right on, buddy. I think down there you probably need a bucket hat for the beach, right?
Yeah, so he can be rocking his 1927 SC, so people can be like, "What's that?" So he can talk about the Fort Wayne team. He say, "Yeah, I was in the show, and this team in Fort Wayne that I plan on playing like in 6 more years." So yeah, so good. So when's your next game, Dave?
So, our next game is next home game is actually on the 11th. So Wednesday night, the 11th. We play Hoosier Premier Academy, and MLS next team is Russ's team. They're coming up, so it's a non-league game. And then we're Lansing Commons here on Thursday, the 19th of June. Is our next league home game at 7 p.m.
Good. So, anything else you want the audience to know about Fort Wayne FC? Not Fort Wayne FC, sorry, for 1927 FC. It's called Carlos just brought it up, man.
That's part of the reason for this, guys.
Yeah. No, I apologize. 1927 SC.
That's okay. Yeah, we're a local community, been here forever team, and we have a lot of great young men and kids on this team that would love for you to come out and watch a play, support them, cheer for them, and hopefully, and they'll play hard. They'll play hard for you for 90 minutes. Okay. Yeah, I mean, just we truly want to help kids get better for their future plans in soccer, and as men as well. I mean, if you're training in that environment and winning culture environment every day, you're gonna be a better person for it. I truly believe it. It's not all rainbows and cherries, right? So there's some heartache but it's good for these kids to see, because almost every one of them was the best player on their team at a point in time, right? But now they're just one of a team, and this is something Nick preaches. I want to just say this. Nick preaches every dang practice. We are a team together. Everyone achieves more. And some guys, it's hard for them to figure out, but we are a team, and truly from the area, and guys that we're hoping to stay here and move here as well. So, okay.
Good. So, Carlos, we're gonna wrap it up. You want to wrap it up for us?
Yeah, I just actually I'm glad that I was able to jump on this podcast tonight. I'm glad to see my old friend Dave. Haven't talked with him in a long time. I get so busy coaching, and every now and again, you were talking earlier, Carl, that it's like a fraternity. I might run into him here and there, and it's just like I saw him yesterday, So I always enjoy seeing him and talking to him, and again, I love his passion. And I guess my one question for Dave is, I know that your guys' home field is out there at the sport club on Ardmore Road.
Right.
But I would like to personally invite you guys, if you ever wanted to play a match up in Auburn. As you know, I'm the new director of coaching with the Rangers Academy in Auburn, Indiana, and we have a turf pitch up there that is it's just an amazing facility in Auburn. And if you ever want to maybe reach out to a different community a little bit, we'd love to invite you, maybe have a match. And I say that a little bit selfishly, because then we could literally invite our whole club to come out and watch you guys play. I think it would be really good for them to see in a more intimate setting what it looks like to play at that level. And obviously I respect you, and I've known you for a long time, and you're one of my oldest friends, and I think that it would be a good opportunity for me to see you and see the team, and we can, we're here to support you however we can. So
awesome. I will be reaching out to you, man. That sounds like a great opportunity for us and your club and everyone involved. We'll reach out to see if we can get something figured out.
Sounds good.
Sure. Okay.
Yep.
Hey, one last thing I always like to bring people up that I think have been big contributors to our success and our team's success. And so this Hoosier Premier team that's coming up in a couple weeks on Wednesday night Russ left Huntington, went down to Indy to coach at the MLS Next level, and this is his team he's bringing up to kind of get ready for the MLS Next tournament. He's been instrumental in kind of helping us with a huge flow of players and good players to really kind of jumpstart this team. And I want to recognize Russ for that. He's another guy that was essential in the growth of this team at the club. So here's Russ. I mean, and then now Nick is over there at Huntington. We got a lot of players from over there, a lot of graduate guys, and stay in the summer. So it helps a lot, and it helps make things possible for 927. So they've been a huge. Huntington's been a great partner with us. So
good. All right. So shout out to the entire 1927 SC, Coach Nick. You mentioned Russ. It's been fun. It's been a fun night. It's been fun having this conversation.
Yeah.
It's like it's just like in the backyard, just talking, right? So, Dave, thank you for coming tonight. I know we talked about it a couple months ago, but I wanted to put you on the show, kind of talk about a local team. I mean, Fort Wayne is my home, so anything I can do to promote Fort Wayne, I'm always gonna do it. And that's the best way to promote Fort Wayne, by starting by 1927 SC. So you're doing a great job in the community, and the community it's fortunate to have you for everything that you guys are doing in the community. Like I said, when I came to Fort Wayne 25 years ago, when I saw that soccer fraternity, and I was very pleased. And that's one of the reasons after I was done playing, I was still coaching. Now my kids are playing. So this is great. So we're always going to support you in everything you do.
We beat the crap out of each other for 90 minutes on the field, and then step off and crack beers together, right?
Exactly. So it's always fun. Yeah, it's always fun, and it's a good fraternity that we have. I mean, the mutual respect has been always there. So thank you for everything you do, and keep doing great things. We're behind you 100%.
Thanks for what you guys are doing. Thanks, Los. Thanks for joining us tonight, Los. It's a pleasure seeing you, man.
Likewise.
I'll be getting a hold of you. All right.
Sounds good. Call me.
All right.
Thanks,
See
Carl.
you guys.
Alex, nice to meet you, buddy.
All right,
Good luck
guys.
to you, man.
Good luck.
All right. See you guys.
See you.
Discover the Fit Dad Community Podcast, where every episode strengthens your journey as a father. Hear from experts, coaches, and real dads on balancing fitness, faith, and family. Gain practical tools for your everyday life. Join us to support your family better and build stronger communities. Fit Dad Community Podcast. Fitness for life, not just the gym.